Fox News gave us a very Fox News moment. Had to share all this with you. Check it out.
Starting with you, Bill Bennett, the haters never take a day off from hating. That is clear. And they never take a day off of getting the facts wrong. We know most of our forefathers, all of our main founding fathers were against slavery, recognized the evils of it. There's a great piece to that end on Heritage called 1776, not 1619. But I'll leave it to you. You know, they're so wrong on so much. Where to begin?
That is special. So Kaylee says, quote, all of our main founding fathers were against slavery, recognized the evils of it. Here are the facts. The majority of signers of the Declaration of Independence owned slaves. 41 of 56 of them owned slaves. And by the way, the percentage of the society that were slave owners was not that high. But 41 of 56 of the founding fathers were slave owners. Now, by the way, yes, it's true that a lot of them were anti-slavery and even said they were anti-slavery while they owned slaves. But in my opinion, doesn't that make it worse? I think it makes it worse because it's not like everybody had slaves. It was a relatively small percentage of the population. So you're part of that percentage and you're also saying like, this is evil and this is wrong. Well, then do the right thing and free them. Free them. 41 of the 56. So here, some that didn't own them, John Adams, Sam Adams, and Thomas Paine did not own them. And Ben Franklin did, John Hancock did, Patrick Henry did, John Jay did, Thomas Jefferson did, James Madison did, George Washington did. So, I mean, this just, guys, it gets back to something we were just talking about, which is what the right wants to do is bias our education system in favor of American exceptionalism. So they want to try to make the case that we're an exceptional nation, we've always been an exceptional nation, and they sort of want to apologize for everything that we've done in the sense that they, sweep it under the rug. Any negative thing, act like the negative thing isn't actually a negative thing. Our story's perfect from beginning to end. And so they want to gloss over or omit or lie about a lot of stains on our history. They do. You could just be honest about it, but no. I'm sure the way that they want to talk about the Trail of Tears and westward expansion, Manifest Destiny, genocide of Native Americans, segregation, Jim Crow, slavery, nuking Japanese civilians, Japanese internment, the way that they either want to brush over that or give a biased perspective of it, this is what they do. This is what they do. Now, as I told you guys, like the 1619 Project, there were some pretty big factual mistakes in that. And so the right pounces on that to say, see, the left wants to make the U.S. out to sound worse than it is. You guys, very clearly, based on this alone, want to make us out to sound better than we are. That's what you want to do. You want to say our mistakes aren't mistakes and gloss over it or mislead or lie about it. 41 of the 56 owned slaves. You don't think that's a relevant fact? You think it's a fair summation to say, and I quote, all of our main founding fathers were against slavery and recognized the evils of it. As 41 of 56 own them. Own them. All I want to do is give people a real education, give people the real facts, and let them make their own mind up, let them form their own opinions. And so again, that includes the negative stuff that we just talked about with the U.S., and it includes the positive stuff. Talk about the amazing history in the U.S. of free speech, the amazing history of due process. Now, that was obviously thrown out the window in George W. Bush years and habeas corpus and continued under the Obama years, so on and so forth. Talk about all the negative stuff, but also talk about the positive legacy. There's so much good. The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King, the War on Poverty, the New Deal, Social Security, Medicare. We've done a lot of good things too, man. Talk about all of it. But they don't want to do that. They want to only give the positives, and then even when they discuss the negatives, they want to gloss over it or mislead you about it. That's what they do. So, guys, you're not going to be surprised to hear this, but super partisan actors are completely full of shit, and this is a great example.